Don't you hate it when you have an awesome mix going on and no matter how much compression you have on your vocals or on your guitar or how low you have your actual gain on the actual track, you still keep getting those fucking clips of death? Fuck you! So in today's SEQ video, I'm going to show you how to stay away from digital herpes. It's all about gain staging, baby. Boom, what's going on? It's your boy David from TrueBlastMixing.com, and today I'm going to talk about gain staging with you. I'm going to give you 3 badass tips on how to never clip again. So if you're new and you're struggling with your individual tracks, your submix, or your master, this video is definitely for you. So watch the video all the way through, and I want you guys to type in the comment section below.
Okay. Do it. Do it.
What you learned from this video today, because it's a scientific fact that you'll remember any information by 50% if you write it down. That's a lot.
Okay. Do it.
I really want you guys to get down this information, these tips, so that you no longer have to struggle with them ever again in the future. So with that being said, let's get right into it.
All right, so these don't go in any particular order, but I will start off with the one that I think that is the most important for you to get correct right from the beginning. And the first one is going to be setting your recording levels correctly. This by far has to be, in my personal opinion, if not the number one reason why, no matter the amount of processing you have on your tracks, you're always clipping. So if you get a session that is really hot, as in the level that it was recorded at, no matter the amount of plug-in processing that you have on that track, you're always going to clip because there wasn't enough headroom to give you slack to use that processing and have a really good clear signal without it clipping. That's if you get a mix from like a band or an artist and you're the one mixing it. But if you're the one that's doing the recording, make sure that your signal or input is at a low. Now, you can record at any level that you want, but where I like to set my levels, if I'm the one that's doing the recording, I usually like to go from -12 all the way down to -20. And I know that sounds a lot. You might be asking, well, what about if it's like too low? You don't really have to worry about that in a digital realm, because in your DAW, the sweet spot to get a really good clear sound or recording is around -12 to -20. I work in Pro Tools and my sweet spot is around -15 and -20, but where I've noticed that I get the best levels for my submix and my master is around -18 and -20. So that's why I set my recording levels, if I am doing the recording, to around that number. And you'll see it in your meters. But before I show you how to set your levels correctly, let me give you a quick history lesson on why you think that you should record really, really loud.
And now, True Blast Mixing presents a brief time in history.
Back in the days of analog gear, everything used to make hiss or noise or some kind of hum. The tape, the machines, the console, the compressors, everything used to make some kind of hiss or hum. So that's why the recording or mixing engineer of those times used to record really loud or really hot, so that that signal could translate better in the monitors and no longer have to worry about all the hiss and hum. But if you think about it, we're in a digital realm, in a digital world. We don't have hiss or hum, and if we do, it's very, very little, if nothing at all. Maybe your microphone will pick some kind of hum somewhere from your refrigerator or something, but it's very, very low, so you don't have to record that hot anymore. So there you go.
So let's just say that you got your microphones and you set them up. Now you're trying to get signal into your DAW and you're going through your mic pre. So what you're doing is, when you set up your level, you're monitoring the signal that's coming in while you're playing. And all you have to do is just look at your meters. So I have these 4 microphones set up, and let's say, for example, I have a drummer. I tell him to play, and while he's playing, all I have to do is just look at my meters like this and set my preamp to hit around -15 to -20. Also, don't touch your main fader. Leave it where it's at unity. So that's tip number 1, setting your recording levels correctly from the beginning. Tip number 2 is using the clip gain function in your program. I run with Pro Tools. That's what I've known forever. So that's what I use. So if you use Reaper or some kind of other program, I'm pretty sure that you have a function like this. So in Pro Tools, if you have a signal that's already recorded that's super hot, all you have to do is just adjust the little fader that's on the actual clip. So if you can't see it, just go right here, view, clip, clip gain info. And on the bottom left hand corner, you'll see the little fader pop up. And then all you have to do is bring it down until you get the right levels, which, like I said, is between -12 and 20. But this is only for that clip, okay? I cannot stress this enough. This is only for that clip. If you want to have the entire region, sometimes you're going to have to edit a bunch of clips because the player or the gain of that track wasn't loud enough. So you're going to have to do clip by clip, which is Command E on your keyboard to cut that region into clips and then edit them one by one, bring down the volume or gain, and then consolidate that into one region so that your gain is where it should be. That was tip number 2. And tip number 3, if all else fails, do automation. Automation has to be for me one of the coolest because it gives me like an actual feel for that track. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool to have processing and clip gain, the actual regions and all that stuff, but I sometimes prefer automation because it gives me that emotional impact when I'm hearing it while I'm mixing. I don't know, that's just me, but when I'm hearing a really badass track or something like that and I'm really into it, the automation just brings a better performance to that track and the mix, in my personal opinion. And the way to do that is make sure that your track isn't record enabled. Then you go here, click that, and choose which automation mode you want to do. I have a video on each and every single mode of automation and how to use them, but for now we're just going to use this one right here, which is Latch. Then while you're doing a playback, all you do is grab the fader. That's going to engage. You'll see it because it pops up red. You'll see it right there. And then all you have to do is just ride the fader and then let go. Goes back to its original state where it was before. And that's it.
So now you have a basic understanding of gain staging and how to avoid clipping. If any of these tips still didn't help, what you want to do is check the individual tracks that are clipping and check your plugins. Maybe you have something that is super high in gain or super high in level, or your compression or something is making that track clip. So double check that everything is good there with your gain staging and you should be all right. With that being said, I'm David from TrueBlastMixing.com, and if you want to mix absolutely for free, hit me up in the link below. If you like these videos, like, subscribe, and click that notification bell for weekly videos. Also, you can hit me up on Instagram or on my FIVERR link down below as well. With that being said, I'll catch you guys later. Stay true, stay mixing. True Blast out.
I thought I was an architect, but I was just moving dirt.